NFL 2023 Week 12. Biggest questions, risers and takeaways. Week 12 of the NFL season started on Thanksgiving, as the underdog Green Bay Packers went wire-to-wire in a 29-22 victory over the Detroit Lions. The Dallas Cowboys followed that up by beating the Washington Commanders 45-10 behind 4 Dak Prescott touchdown passes. In the Thanksgiving nightcap, the San Francisco 49ers ran away from the Seattle Seahawks 31-13 as Christian McCaffrey tallied a pair of touchdowns. Our NFL Nation reporters reacted to all the action, answering lingering questions coming out of each game and picking out who, or what, is rising and falling for every team. Let's get to it. When will the 49ers clinch the NFC West division? The Niners have won 10 straight division games, including 4 in a row against Seattle. Once again it seems to be a matter of when, not if, they'll wear the division crown. There's a realistic path to that happening as soon as the Niners meet the Seahawks again on December 10. That mostly requires the Niners winning their next 2 and getting some combination of losses for the Seahawks and Los Angeles Rams in their games. The path is clear, and once again it seems like the Niners will spend December and early January chasing the NFC's top seed. Stock up after the win. Pass rush. After posting just 18 sacks in the first 8 games, the Niners have 15 in the past 3, including 6 on Thursday night. Stock down after the win. Kickoff coverage. San Francisco gave up a 66-yard return on its first kickoff and allowed D. Eskridge to average 35 yards per return, which gives it something else to clean up before heading to Philadelphia. Is the Seahawks season doomed? That may sound like an overreaction for a team that's still a game over .500, but consider what lies ahead. They play the 8-3 Cowboys, the 9-1 Eagles and have a rematch with a 49ers team that just smoked them sandwiched in between. They could easily be 6-8 entering the final week of December, and this kind of blowout loss doesn't leave any reason to think they can pull off an upset win. They could have given themselves some cushion by beating the Rams last Sunday, but they wasted that chance. Stock up after the loss. Jordan Brooks. The fourth-year inside linebacker gave the Seahawks some life in the third quarter when he came down with a tipped pass and returned his first career interception 12 yards for a touchdown. Brooks finished with a team-high 12 tackles. Stock down after the loss. Geno Smith. The entire offense was out of sorts, but Smith was ineffective while completing 18 of 27 attempts for 180 yards and an interception. 2 of his incompletions were DK Metcalf drops, though he threw another errant pass that was nearly picked off, and he took 6 sacks. He said the triceps contusion he suffered 4 days earlier didn't affect him at all. Is Dallas ready for its most important stretch of the season? They've done what they needed to after losing to the Eagles on November 5. They beat the Giants, Panthers and Commanders. Their next 5 games are against the Seahawks, Eagles, Dolphins, Bills and Lions. The Cowboys have lost their 2 matchups against teams with winning records, but they have obliterated everyone else. If they can continue to win, maybe they can catch the Eagles in the NFC East and get home field advantage. With 13 straight home wins, that seems important. Stock up after the win. QB Dak Prescott. Prescott is in the hottest stretch of his career. He has 18 touchdown passes and just 2 interceptions in his last 6 games. He had touchdown passes on a screen, Rico Dowdle, on a line, Brandon Cooks, on time, CeeDee Lamb, and on a rope, Kayvontae Turpin. He also completed passes to 10 different receivers. Prescott's name has to be in the MVP conversation at some point. Will the Commanders' owner make a move? New owner Josh Harris did not want to make an in-season coaching change, especially with coach Ron Rivera. However, if Rivera wanted to make a change, Harris certainly would listen, a source said. So far, Rivera has been reluctant to make any sort of changes, especially on defense with coordinator Jack Del Rio. There's no obvious replacement, but the defense has regressed, entering the day ranked last in points and 29th in yards. Stock up after the loss. W.R. Curtis Samuel. He was one of the few bright spots against the Cowboys, catching 9 passes for his first 100-yard game, 100 yards Thursday, since 2020. He was targeted a team-high 12 times. Packers. Are the Packers playoff contenders? They're still under .500, but the outlook is far from bleak. They entered the week with a 23% chance to make the playoffs. That number jumped to 38% as soon as the Packers beat the Lions, according to ESPN Analytics. That was independent of any other outcomes this weekend. Only 2 of the Packers' final 6 opponents have winning records, the Chiefs and Vikings, and after next Sunday's game against the Chiefs, it gets even easier with games against the Giants, Buccaneers, Panthers and Bears. Stock up after the win. Safety Jonathan Owens. Owens had his best game since he signed with the Packers in the offseason. A week after missing a tackle that led to a touchdown last week against the Chargers, he recorded a season-high 12 tackles and returned a fumble for a touchdown. Thanks for watching NY Sports News. Stay tuned for more updates.